Eat the mic.
All right.
Eat the mic.
Let's see.
That's not working? Morgan.
No, she's got it. She got it.
Nikes.
Here we go. I gave her the wrong link. There it is.
Are we live?
We are live.
Okay. I'm going to stop cussing now. Good night. I don't know why I'm
There
so
we go.
bad.
You're eating spicy wings. Tone 17. Good morning.
Is there a good soup for breakfast? That's what I want to know.
We had a short discussion about this.
I want to know what the best soup. If you're going to have, like, I have to have soup for breakfast.
Is oatmeal, if it's real wet, could that be considered a soup? I mean, like...
If you describe anything as real wet, I don't know. It doesn't sound good.
Well, but some people make
Like a
a sloppy oatmeal. You know what I'm saying?
sloppy oatmeal?
How do you like your oatmeal?
None.
You don't like what you mean?
I'm not a huge oatmeal person.
Oh,
If you served me, I mean, I would say pretty thick.
you just want to pick it all
I
up
want my spoon
You
to
want-
stand up.
like a Dairy Queen, just like hold it
Yeah, I
over
want it
and
to
it
stand
doesn't
up.
go anywhere.
Right.
Okay,
Egg drop soup for breakfast? Okay.
I don't know.
It's got to be a good
Cereal with extra milk. Yeah, cereal's kind
cereal
of a
is-
soup.
I mean, how did we not think of that?
You don't cook it.
Yeah, I was
You could
thinking
do a hot cereal.
Well, it's like it was a gazpacho.
Tortilla soup for breakfast?
What's the cold tomato soup that Lisa makes on The Simpsons? Gazpacho?
I guess so.
Yeah. Sounds like Gestapo. I think I'm wrong. Is it
No,
gazpacho?
it's gazpacho.
Is it? Okay.
But I'm not. I don't like soup, period. This
Yeah.
is a thing of contention at the shop. How's it going, everybody? This is our Mythos
What,
weekly
we just
gear
keep going?
roundup
Soup. All right. Yes.
where we consolidate all of our thoughts into one concise video where we talk about the gear that came out.
Is that what we do?
Yeah, and it's all amps. I mean,
This week.
we'll ask after we get done to remind us
Yeah.
of some things that came out.
But this is post Black Friday. I didn't think there would be a big week for releases. If you're going to come out with something, you kind of want it ready for, all the Black Friday shenanigans. So it's a little light on new stuff, but I think some interesting things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I keep getting these notifications on YouTube
Yeah,
about our
it's not
streaming
Quality sucks.
bit rate. Does it look okay, everybody?
I look good.
Let us know.
You don't make friends
Um,
with salad. You don't make friends with salad. You don't make friends with salad.
Is that from Simpsons?
Yeah. It's the same
Okay.
episode.
It's been a minute since I've seen.
It's all good.
Well, let's just dive right in.
all right, dive right in. We're going to talk about the greatest release of all time.
What?
The Boss IR2.
Wow.
I'm so excited about this thing.
This is really smart.
I'm so excited.
This is probably of all the amp in a box IR loader thingies.
Yes.
This is my. This is the one that I find most intriguing.
Me too.
From
Me too.
because I'm a
Yeah.
I'm a relative simpleton,
You are.
and I know you are. In fact,
I call you Simple Zach.
okay.
Man.
But
I am very a simple man.
no, I'm just kidding.
No, but I think that the nicest thing I can say about this thing is that we saw that it came out, and we pulled it up on the thing, and we looked at the specs, and everything we threw at it that we would have wanted it to have or thought that it should have, it pretty much did.
It had it.
And that's a good sign.
Yes,
It's a really good sign.
and these two things right here
Yeah.
are the best parts about it
Yes.
because
More holes. That's what I always say.
Hey.
As many holes as possible.
Ooh. It has a headphone jack.
Yeah.
It has a USB-C.
USB-C.
Wow,
That's awesome.
what a novel concept.
Yeah.
And you can use headphones with all these things. You can update the IRs and change them if you want. Okay.
It's obviously a great size and a great look because it's ultra classic. No reason to mess with it.
Yeah, 3-band EQ. You have an ambience control for some. I assume just some room sounds,
Room action. Yeah.
room reverberation, and an effects loop.
Yeah.
You can change channels. I think.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that it doesn't have a balanced line out? I guess maybe that's a little weird.
Yeah. It didn't come up in our initial conversation.
But, I don't know. I just keep a DI handy. And if you're playing
Yeah.
in a place
Yeah.
where you need that, then there you go. But, I mean, it's, apart from that, I think if they added an XLR out with a balanced
Yeah.
line out, I mean, like
It feels
it's
like a different product.
it's a different thing. It's so
Yeah.
much bigger.
Yeah.
To get this in the Boss Compact series is
Yeah.
pretty remarkable.
Yeah, and
I
I
think.
think truly, you know, I mean, what we're talking about is every time something comes out, I always ask the same two questions, which is, can I plug it in with my headphones and can I run it straight into my Mac and record?
Yep.
And I think that is sort of the crux of what this does.
Yeah.
Is that I think obviously you know, some people are going to want to use it, you know, as a direct, you know, amp in a box kind of situation live or whatever. But I think for the most part, desktop or pedal board kind of thing where you can run stuff like that. I think that's the key, especially at this price.
Yeah,
you
$200.
know, it seems like not only for somebody that doesn't have anything like this, but another version of it. Like if you have something and then now you want another one for a different spot, like you've got another recording space, you want to have one in your bag, or you've got your gear room. What?
Christopher Glover says add a battery in there and you can play guitar and headphones on the couch. Is that?
There
I
you
mean,
go.
like
Is that,
I didn't even think about. I mean, it's got the thumb screw, so surely it's got a 9-volt
yeah.
spot. But what do you think about the amp selection here?
I mean,
It's kind of like, what else do you really need?
it's pretty good.
I
You
mean,
know?
you have your crystalline cleans, probably
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a jazz chorus sort of cleans.
Yeah, yeah.
Twin clean.
Yeah.
Tweed, diamond, which would be Voxy, I assume.
Mhm.
Crunch, which is probably like a low gain Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Brit, probably more of a super lead.
Yeah.
High gain JCM 800, I bet.
Soldano.
Soldano, Brown sound, Eddie Van Halen, a
Yeah.
modded sound, which I think is just a higher gain version of
Yeah.
that, and then the rectifier. It's
Good.
It has a battery. Okay, I mean that's
There you go. And you know, as far as the sound samples, not, you know, someone says they're not mind blowing. I mean, I don't expect that yet. I mean, the clips that I heard, I thought sounded really good.
I heard the Anderton's clips, and
I liked it.
I thought it sounded great. And I mean, like at the end of the day, is a pedal that costs $200 going to sound as good as most amplifiers? No,
Or
like
even
for this,
or even, you know, digital stuff that's bigger and has more processing power.
right?
Or
But it's
everything.
double the money, triple,
Well, what we're
quadruple.
talking about is competing against stuff like the Iridium or even coming up against some of the other products.
UA stuff.
UA stuff. I mean, I have an HX Stomp, which
Right.
you know obviously is way more features, but this is appealing to me because I have HX Stomp set up in a certain spot in my house, and it's not easy to unplug everything and move it around. So if I had something like this, I could use in other places. That sounds, you know, like have it in the drawer where all my video game controllers are.
Yeah, bro.
Pop it out, put it on the desk, and be able to play guitar. That sounds kind of neat.
I like it.
That
I
sounds
think
really neat. Yeah.
I think it's a really smart move from Boss. I mean, not that they haven't done IR stuff, because they have like the one of these larger. You can see it blurry in the background here. One of these larger series that it's an IR loader and stuff. But this is being, you know, taking I assume what's kind of in the Katana range of amps
Yes.
and consolidating that into a compact series pedal, I think is really, really, really great. And like, yeah, get I won't get shitty.
Come on, get shitty. If you sing it like that, that's great.
He thought it sounded Katana level, and it probably does.
Yeah.
But what's wrong with that? I think the Katana sounds really good.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it is, like.
I think it's like, again, like I think when I got
great.
no, like you have to get over something, but I think it's all about application. You know,
Yeah.
like when you're using, especially if the primary goal, like what's your primary goal of this? Like my primary goal, 100%, is headphones for this stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's the application that I want, and then being able to run headphones and then run out to the Mac so I can record my ideas. And you know, as long as that sounds pretty good, you know, you got enough stuff under the hood of most recording software, you can gussy up everything and make it sound pretty good. But it's just like if it gets you to, if this is something exciting that gets you to play more guitar, then that's the goal here.
Right.
And I think the barrier of entry is so good for this. It's $200. It's familiar. Like this is a great way to get somebody into this that maybe hasn't been looking at it
Now
yet.
my toddler learned to swear. Sorry.
Yeah.
We didn't say it's SHIDDY.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
what I said.
technically not a
Yeah.
swear. But I get it. I'm a dad. He's a dad. We're all dads.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
actively
dad.
every day.
He's a dad. You're a dad.
I'm
We're all
actively
dads.
teaching my children to swear every day. So Matthew needs the Boss Pocket GT instead.
you'd like having a pedal board.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I think it's really cool. And something I haven't talked about much. She's wearing in this photo some of the D-Moda headphones that Roland makes. They have like a headphone company.
Oh yeah.
And they gave all of us some last time they had the Gear Fest where I attended. Roland gave me one with the old Dipped in Tone logo, which is funny.
Yeah.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
Like Bluetooth headphones. They sound really nice. So they're kind of heavy.
Dormant. Hey, listen to me right now. IRs make me feel like a Luddite. I just want a loud amp, not an emulation. Agreed. 1,000,000%.
Sure.
We're the loudest amp guys that you can find.
I mean, look, like, okay.
Look at our.
I can't. Let me
show
let me,
the room right here. Holy.
Okay.
Look what we got here.
Scoot over there, man.
Oh my gosh.
So, 50 watt, 100 watt.
Yeah.
I mean, the Soldano's 30 watt, but geez Louise. The Bloomfield there behind Matthew is
so
40
much
watt.
So much loud.
We get it.
So I agree with you 100%. Where'd you go? Where'd the chat go?
Sorry.
Chat go. Bye-bye.
There it is.
There it is. So I agree with you 100%. What I'm talking about is, like, how do we play as much guitar as possible?
As quickly as possible.
As quickly as possible. So at every situation, I'm going to be playing my amps if I can. Every single. But, if it's 11 p.m. at night and I got 2 baby girls and my wife asleep, I got to find a good alternative, and I want to play as much guitar as possible. And you know what? That's what we're looking for. And it's great to have options for that now, where before it was like maybe an acoustic in another room.
And even that's like sometimes too loud. I mean,
I barely play that because I got a loud acoustic. And I strum real hard. I almost said it again. I'm trying not. I want to try to cuss. This is a little bit less. So yeah, I 100% agree with you. I think everybody should have loud amps. I think that's great.
I need a lozenge.
But if it was 11 p.m. at night and I knew that room existed, we sell tickets to come in here and play this.
Well, usually after 5, that's when these things come on, because there's so many people in this.
Yeah, because we're in a regular good business complex, park, so we try not to play too loud until. Yeah.
But I mean, I think that because I had this conversation with a fellow pedal builder on Instagram yesterday, because I was talking about this and or maybe I saw a comment, I don't know, but I was like, look, this is not a replacement for anything. This is a tool to let you have fun.
Yes,
because it's it's playing guitar.
Yes,
and if this just makes you even like, I have a bunch of amps that aren't necessarily, or in modelers and stuff, they're not the be all end all.
No.
But do I have fun? Do I create? Do I make music? Yeah.
Again,
that's what it's all about.
A broken record. I say it on every show I ever do, but the goal is always to play as much guitar as possible, and that's what we're doing.
So Ibanez Tube Screamer in the chat here. I love your my Ibanez box is in
your
in the
Ibanez
shop.
box.
I have the box with that art on it. Mentioned that the UA pedals for $100 more are tough to beat, but one thing that the Boss has that the UA doesn't have is a headphone jack.
I would 100%. I mean, I know that's just one small thing, but it's like that. If that is a requirement for you, for the simplicity that you want, I know you could use the UA pedals into a setup where you can use headphones.
Yeah,
but it's just an extra step. That's fine, but like that's
yeah. It's I think that's the biggest shortcoming with all those amp in a box UA pedals is that they don't have any sort of headphone solution built in. I think that is a big misstep. And hopefully, as they continue to release these things, I mean, granted, they just released the Lion, a month or so ago. Hopefully, they will remedy that. I don't know. So moving right along.
Should we go to something else?
Let's go to
boom.
This guy.
Kind of a soft release for this one.
Yeah,
didn't really hear much about it.
But big deal. It kind of came out. But to be fair, I don't feel like people talk about Dr. Z as much as they should. So Dr. Z released the Z80, which was it is a homage sort of replica of a AC80, which is like the most as they say, one of the most powerful amps a Vox ever made.
Yeah.
And so he made it. He replicated it. And it's apparently, what did he say? After 6 years of development, this amp is the amp I can rest my legacy on.
Yeah.
Oh, super chat. Thank you. I'm a two-rock connoisseur. Well, I have some of them, and I played some of them. You have the Joey and the Studio Sig. You want to check?
Yeah, I'll check that. Ooh.
Which T-Rock should you get next? You have a 67 Dual Showman and a 67 Super Reverb. Man, I think, if you're wanting to get something, what the next amp from T-Rock, if you're wanting to have something a little different, maybe the Burnside or something like that would be really cool. Those two you can get for a really good deal in the used market. They're not as expensive as some of the other T-Rocks are, but it's the T-Rocks are one of those things. It's like you really it's hard to know which way to go because it's so hard to play them unless you just see one used or you're lucky enough to be near a dealer. But
talking about which T-Rock to get?
Yeah, he's got the Joey and the Studio Sig. Which one should he have next if he's going to get one? I said maybe the Burnside because that feels different enough.
It's totally different. Yeah, that's a great amp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Bloomfield. The Bloomfield's incredible, but the Bloomfield and the Joey share the clean sort of similarities. The Joey is very unique in its clean sound. Anywho, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I mean, what do you think about this Z? I love Zs.
I'm a big Z guy. I've had a couple. Always enjoy them. This one sounds terrific.
It sounds
terrific.
Awesome. I watched
the Peach demo was absolutely fantastic.
It's kind of weird.
What?
Hold on.
What, is there something weird in it?
Why is that knob higher than these two knobs?
Is it like
they're kind of this might have been a prototype, but yeah, I would have photoshopped that down a little bit.
Man.
I'm
brutal.
I mean,
brutal.
I'm not brutal. I'm just I can't not see things.
Yeah, I know.
But I think it's it's a neat thing. But who is this for? I'd say they're going to be pretty limited.
Yeah, and they're a Premier Dealer Network exclusive.
Yeah,
so that's just a couple dealers, right?
It is. So I know Peach has one, or some
the Humbucker. I think
Humbucker.
Yeah.
But I'm curious
cool.
how much this thing.
I'm interested, like why? What's Sweetwater?
Sweetwater had it?
Yeah, it says Sweetwater.
Oh well,
hello, Sweetwater.
I
don't have it on here. Probably just got them in.
Humbucker's website needs an
refresh.
Update.
A little refresh.
Yeah, and it's not on there. Okay,
that's all right.
Anyway.
So what do you think? Do you think the world's past the gear world's past Z by a little bit?
I feel
like they're underrated now.
Yeah, absolutely, and there's still such a great value for money. I feel like, who knows how much this amp is? I'd have to really dive in there. But I feel like of all the high end boutique amp guys, I mean these guys are really they're still completely handmade, made up in in Ohio, and they just make some of the best sounding amps you can get. I mean, the Maz is
Jeffrey's main amp right now is the Maz 18, and it sounds terrific.
It's awesome. Yeah. You had a Carmen Gia.
I've had a Carmen. Yeah.
I've had. Let's see. Okay,
I've had name which ones you've had.
Sure, I've had the Carmen Gia.
Yep.
I've had the Maz.
I've had it twice.
Yeah. I've had the Maz 18 Junior No Reverb 212 combo.
Wow. Is that heavy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a 38 head with reverb. Or no, maybe it didn't. I can't remember. I had a Prescription Extra Strength.
Nice.
I had I borrowed a Monza for a long time.
Yeah.
And then I had a Z-Rec.
Yeah. And you had the KT45.
Oh, and I had a KT45.
And I had a 6545 for a while.
Right.
I had that,
Yeah. They're great amps.
Yeah, they're fun.
Incredible amps.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, there's more comments.
More coming.
David Dorian bought Peach's Z80. Awesome.
Oh, sweet,
Good
man.
for you.
Yeah, it sounded awesome.
Love the Z-Best cab, underrated piece of gear. Absolutely. Z-Best stuff.
I have the Avatar Z-Best cab.
Yeah. I don't know if it's built exactly the same.
No, but that was the basis of it. They made them and they sold them specifically saying, hey, look, over here, we make Z-Best cabs for a little bit less. And they would run them like they would pre-make them, Avatar would, and have them on sale all the time.
Yeah.
Not on sale, but you could, you normally
cheaper.
you could order whatever you wanted there. So I've had that thing for 20 years now.
Sure.
Yeah. And I always really like them. I don't know. I lean more towards master volume stuff
These
days, and so I know that Zed has offered. I haven't really jumped into that. Jeff's Maz 18 sounds really good.
I love the Maz. I think the Maz is one of the best amps for the money that you can really get. Ty asked about Amplified Nation. So we have a little experience.
We have some thoughts.
But I don't know. For me, I'm just not. I have no interest because not only because I have such a close personal relationship with Eli and Turok as a brand, but I don't know.
Yeah.
For the amount of money that both those amps are, Amplified Nation stuff is a PCB, which is fine. But a lot of their stuff are just kind of they're just riffing on the Turok thing, if not an outright copy of that.
Yeah.
And to me, I don't know. I feel like it's trying to ride the coattails a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just in my personal opinion. Not that I make a clone, so who am I to talk really?
Yeah.
But I just have no interest in it.
Yeah. For me personally, like I think that the vibe is going. I know that everybody is an homage to something, and you have design language, but for some reason, like the way they look, kind of just not really that interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of that already throws me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally.
Yeah. I mean, they're I've played some.
Yeah, we played some.
I think they're okay.
Yeah.
But I've never played one and gone, oh, like I have the Turoks.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, the Bloomfield. Every week I plug into it and
Delighted.
It's awe inspiring. And that Vintage Deluxe, the moment I played it, I was just like,
yeah, when's that come?
I don't know. So I have a Vintage Deluxe on order.
Yeah.
Eli, unbeknownst to me, I think he might have mentioned this at NAMM. He might have said, "I'll build it."
Last time he was here.
Yeah, but he might have said at NAMM, "I'm going to build it with old parts." But then when he was here visiting a month or so ago, he said, "Oh, I'm building it with all vintage Fender components, so it's going to be sick." And I thought, "Oh man, how much longer is that going to take?"
It's like, do I have a choice in this matter if I could get my amp earlier?
Save that for someone who's good.
Oh man, this thing's not scrolling, so I keep thinking,
Yeah,
man,
no,
nobody
it's
has any
really
more
weird.
questions. They don't like us. They've left. Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, I mentioned picking up the Benson Mixwave plugin. It's on sale. It's 40% off. Okay, I'm interested.
That's cool. Yeah.
Is Turok really that close to a Dumble? Amplified Nation was your next amp purchase, but I'm still doing research, and your mind is open.
Mm-hmm.
So none of them are really an outright Dumble clone, except maybe the TS1. That is like the closest to an ODS.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is a little more original, just wrapped in a Dumble-esque appearance package.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the first thing you have to ask yourself is, do you even know what a Dumble sounds like? I've played a lot of them, and not trying to boast. This is I was in a very lucky.
You were in a spot where a lot of cool gear came through your vision.
Yeah, just like in my and I played some that full stop were some of the best sounding amps I've ever heard. And then I played some that I would not. I wouldn't trade any amount of money for them. I would,
and that's always the interesting part about a lot of stuff out there. When someone says, "Well, this is the blank sound," and if you've played them, whether it's pickups or pedals or guitars, that there's so much variety there that when you're doing a version of it, it's like, well, which one?
Right.
That's more important than anything, and I think Dumble is probably the biggest example of that.
Yeah.
Knowing how many of them were tailored to whoever he was making amps for. So.
And Richard, they do have a sound. But they're all very unique in that. So I think it's less about saying, I want this X Dumble sound, and then kind of look at what these amps deliver and listen to them and kind of judge them on their own merit.
I think there's probably a Dumble sound that people sort of like, sort of generalize that that's the Dumble sound. maybe like Talk to Your Daughter, Robin Ford, or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I think the lead, the ODS sound.
That is a sort of, if you wanted to like pin it down to like what's the most generalized version of a dumble sound for most people, I would say it was probably something like that.
It is that, I've played 3 or 4 of those, and they are all so remarkably different in how they sound, how they feel, how they respond to you. Whereas these things, it's an investment, it's a lot of money. I'm not trying to ignore that fact, but when you find the one that is right for you, it's going to connect with you in a way that a true dumble would.
Yeah.
So,
but you should save your money and buy one of the Sun Dragon Jimmy Page amps.
Oh gosh,
because that's the next thing on our list.
Yeah, we got a
lot of questions.
Josh
here.
thought I was under the weather. I am.
He am, but I pumped him up. I pumped him up. I said, "Let's go, let's go. We're gonna do a live stream, brother."
We're the first Mythos pedal, Disco Bungle, like that name. We're the first Mythos pedals sold. Made with strip board. Did I order custom bees? Once I had all the so the very first Mythos pedals were made on perf board. I've never made anything on Vero board where it's like there's lines and you drill little holes to separate the lines. I've never used Vero board. I made them on perf board, which is just like a perforated. It was like a cracker, and on the bottom of each hole, on the bottom of the board is a pad. And I would bend wires and leads to each other and make the circuits. And then I would buy PCBs, and then I actually etched my own PCBs for a long time.
That's really cool.
And I would cut the copper clad PCB board. I would put the resist on there and then etch them. And then I had a Dremel tool drill press, because you can't, to drill something that thin in that small hole, you have to have a really high RPM drill. So I would lay it out and I would drill all the holes by hand. I made a bunch of Mjolnirs that way. It was a nightmare. But pretty soon after that, when I started taking things seriously, I had PCBs designed based off the schematics. You found my PCB in Eagle Stream. That's awesome. Nice. Is the Joey Signature the only amp with harmonic trim that Two Rock makes at the moment? Yes. Yeah. I don't think that... I've seen inside some Amplified Nation amps, and they are PCB. So,
if it sounds good,
it is good. But
there's maybe a difference as far as price goes.
Right, and there's every component in a Two Rock is made for Two Rock and Company. So,
Just a Human, we already talked about it.
What is it? Where is it?
Right there. Hear about the Dr. Z, the Z80. Yeah. Earlier, watch this when it goes live.
Rewind, be kind.
Rewind and be kind. Ooh, Jeremy Baker. I do love talking about gear, but what about music? You guys digging anything recently dropped or that is new to you?
Music sucks.
Jeez.
No, I'm kidding.
Jeez.
Anything new?
Well, I mean, I'm an old dad, so you just kind of go by the standbys that you already like a lot of times.
Right.
So I only really listen to like Queens of the Stone Age and Metallica. Like pretty much all day. But if you want, I don't know. Like, what do you? Corey Hansen. Do you know who that is? He was the guitar player singer.
The fourth Hansen brother.
He's not the fourth Hansen brother. He's very handsome though. Corey Hansen. He has an album called. Well, actually, can't really. If Graham's watching, I don't want to say the album name. Okay. But look it up. See Corey Hansen. He used like a Mark IIB on this new record. It sounds really good. It's like sort of psychedelic, sort of classic rock, but like new, like pretty modern stuff. It's really good. Me and Jeff listen to it all the time. He's got a really great live performance on KEXP. But check it out, Corey Hansen.
Who is that? Who is that guy that Jeff recommended? It was like something 9-volt.
Oh, that is cool.
Eddie 9-volt or so. Whoop.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. That was cool. I've been listening to. I listen to a lot of different stuff. Like
you're all over the place.
Yeah, because I listen to a lot of guitar related music, and then a lot of like music from bands that there's guitars in those bands, but that is not the thing. I've been enjoying. There's a band called Cloudland that I like. Vacation Manor.
My pants was buzzing.
Saint Motel.
Yeah. Thank you, Dormant. You looked up the album title for Corey Hansen. You're just like, yeah, don't say that name. I know. Some people are like, man, that album title is too much even for some people that I was surprised it was too much for.
Yeah. Bad Sons, Stay Glow. I listen to a lot of like poppy stuff.
Yeah.
And like Metallica is like all over like my stuff. But
I mean, we all
like
got our
new bands.
We all got our Spotify Wrapped, right? Like I listened to it was Queens of the Stone Age, Metallica, Jason Isbell, and then Hermanos Gutierrez. If you guys have heard of those guys, they're really cool. It's brothers. They play like kind of Sergio Leone Western, soundtrack music. They're super awesome. I listen to a lot of that.
Ennio Morricone sort of.
Yes, exactly. I was waiting for you to say it because I would pronounce it incorrectly.
I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but I think
they're really
good.
Hermanos Gutierrez is great.
Right.
And then Unknown Mortal Orchestra, not a new band, but they put out a lot of stuff. Love them. Listen to them a ton. So. Aha.
Okay.
Opinion on the Nathan Jr.
You like it. I'm not a huge fan. It's a little too small for me.
It's small. I got it because I wanted something for the house. And I think it's kind of funny because you think like, oh, it'll be 5 watts. It's small. It'll be great. It's still so loud.
Oh, yeah, it's super loud.
But I like that style. It's real greasy, and it's kind of stuff that I like. So it gives up the ghost really early as far as giving you some like crunchy kind of greasy overdrive, which I really enjoy.
Yeah.
In my style, because I hit hard, I hit often, and it just gets real nasty.
I would like it into like a big cab, probably.
It would sound bad. It is a little like you can tell it's small. It's small cab, but it's a cool sound. But so I'm a huge fan of it, and it's I mean the prices are going. I got in pretty in a good spot with the Benson stuff because everything's going crazy.
Man,
so
you in a good spot, dog. Now, since we're talking about small amps, let's do the opposte of that. Let's talk about.
Gosh, Jimmy, what are you doing?
Big old amp.
Do you need all that to play Rumble?
Yeah.
Golly.
So this this amp kind of came up when we had a meeting for Dipped in Tone recently because the Sun Dragon is a collaboration between Jimmy Page and Mitch Colby, who now owns like High Watt and stuff. And so I like City and Color. They're good. So a few years ago they did this, which is like basically the Black Magic, just made basically how Jimmy's amp that he recorded a lot of that early Zeppelin stuff was a Coronado. So cool. Like they have the split, the power amp down at the bottom of the chassis and the preamp up at the top. He signed some, and how much were the signed ones?
$12,500, boss.
$12,000 dues. So that's like,
but then the regular one's like $5,000.
Yeah, and even no, 4,000.
Oh, 4,000. That's not so bad.
12,500.
I love that. You said that yesterday to me. I was looking at a guitar and I said, it's only $4,000. That's not so bad. I'm like, what happened to us?
Yeah, what happened?
Just snooty lamos.
Snooty McSnooterson's over here.
Know.
But anyway, so these came out and like, I don't know, even this 3875 for this sort of amp it's a bit wild. The $12,500.
It's signed though.
It's signed. It's no. Well, a plate is signed that was mailed to him, and then they put little brad nails and hammered it on. And I think that's
hammer on. Hammer on.
I think that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really see anything else about it.
Yeah, sold out,
is different than the other amp. So
there's nothing different. It's just
an expensive signature.
That's a really expensive signature. But all that to say, Dorma, that's a good question. We'll get to that. This Super Dragon is basically a reproduction of his 100-watt Super Bass, which was apparently his #1 amp.
Okay.
After Zeppelin 1. I don't know. Like
this is going to be $25,000.
I feel like it will be. Rhett and I were talking about it, and okay. So
can I finish? Can I finish?
I proposed this question to Rhett and Jason Shadrick of Premier Guitar, who does
hit me, brother.
He does our Dipped.
Hit me.
Does anyone care about Jimmy Page anymore? And is he doing anything anymore?
No, I mean, do people care about Jimmy Page? Absolutely.
Well, yes.
Because the Led Zeppelin music lives on, and it's legendary forever and ever.
But
so,
what has Jimmy done for me lately?
Wow.
I mean, and
this was the first time he played live in like 8 years. I think they said something like that. It was some. But yeah, he's not put out anything in a long time.
I just think. I mean, like I understand how important it is and how big of a rock god he was and is.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I mean, these undoubtedly will sell immediately.
Yeah, it's collectors. It's legacy, you know.
But I just think it's ridiculous. I just think it's crazy. I mean, like I don't know. Like the thing about it is once you have a look behind the curtain, and you know what all these things cost and like these selling points.
So
they're not impressive.
Let's back it up just for a second. I think
what has Billy Gibbons done?
Billy Gibbons plays live every day.
Yeah, and he's recorded how many solo albums? It doesn't have to be something you liked, but he's still doing it.
Yeah, I think that's what we're talking about, Jamie. And I totally get where you're coming from. And I was about to bring that up. It's not necessarily. It's the idea of like if you have a new amp that you're endorsing, it's because, and maybe this is Jimmy getting back in it,
maybe,
which would be really great. And then we're excited about it because a lot of it is like if you're endorsing something, you know, you want to see people actively using it, you want to see them out on the road, and who doesn't want to see Jimmy back out there? Like that would be great, right? I mean, that's you just want to see these guys going. So that's all it is. Is that like this is his sound, and is he got a new record out? Has he got something he's using it for?
Yeah.
But it's a legacy thing. It's just, you know.
I get it. It's a bit. The fact that I know that it's going to be as expensive as it will undoubtedly will be, is just crazy. It's just crazy. And like, you know, cool, and I'm sure it sounds good.
Yeah.
But for that amount of money, I mean, geez, you could probably find an original super bass from the late '60s. With original cabinets and speakers and have, I mean, right? I mean, is that a little ridiculous? It's like when I've looked at and because every time Pearly Gates shows up on Reverb,
you send it to me.
I send it to you.
You do.
And sometimes there'll be a signed one or whatever, and they're $40,000, and I send it to you not as a look what I'm going to buy, but as a holy shit.
It's quantifying this stuff is very difficult because, you know, there's undoubtedly a market for this because Jimmy Page rules and he'll always rule.
But the argument, you know, when you look at those guitars is I could take that same amount of money and buy a vintage Gibson of some form or another. I don't know. It's cool, neat. Yeah, sure. I don't see it. So
I just want to see some application. It'd be really cool to see like him do something new, either a tour or a record, and play this stuff, and then hear it. That would be cool.
Right? Yeah.
Where's the demo? Give me at least a demo. I'm standing there. I want to hear it. I want to hear Jimmy playing it.
One of the problems I have with this is, wow, okay, that's a low res image. Is that like it's cool logo? I mean, ish.
I like the logo.
All the piping and the neat Tolex and all that stuff. But like it's just a normal like JPP. It's kind of uninspired control plate.
It's just it's a straight lift.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hi, Rhett.
Neat. There's Rhett. He already heard me moaning about this thing.
He heard you moaning. All right, scroll back up a little bit. We
let's get some questions.
Cool. Hey, Rhett.
We love Rhett.
All right, here's some good ones on there. Let's see here.
Oh wait, it was earlier.
Lots of stuff here. Which one?
This one.
On that topic, what are the cheapest?
Can I do this? Hey, look at that!
Is it working? Can people see this?
I don't know. Let me pull.
Can you see the thing? Can you guys see the question? Who's this? What's going on?
How did I get here?
Yeah,
there it is.
Hey, just kind of swirl it around, so it's like
all right.
it's
Yeah,
like
I'll do
zombie
that.
or something.
You read it.
All right. On the topic, what are the cheapest guitars you still own? Do you want to do like Mythos owns it edition or Zach owns it edition?
Both of us owns it edition.
Yeah.
What's the cheapest guitar you own?
I guess it's my Warmoth, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Which parts and labor is about $1,000.
Yep.
Yeah. I have a Combinata, but that was like $1,250 brand new. I didn't get it I got it for $3.99, baby. 5-finger discount that thing. One day I walked in and I grabbed it and I said, "I'm gonna take this." That was really how it went. I wanted one. It has like a big flaw in it. It was like there's no way it was going to get sold.
Chunk out of that.
It looked like Matthew got a little hungry one day and took a bite out of crime. But so that was cheap to me. But that's like a 12 guitar's like $1,300, I think.
Yeah,
brand new. So it's probably my Warmoth. It was $1,000.
Yeah, I have
all in. Yeah.
I mean, I have a bunch of cheap guitars. I have the Squire Strat in the
do?
shop that has the
Yeah.
Stratoblaster prototype in it,
Yeah.
and it's a great guitar. Like honestly, it's pretty
It
good.
is really cool.
I mean, I changed the pickups and stuff, but that was I think it was $80. And then
Over a matter of $80.
and
Good
then
reference right there. It's a good reference.
what else is cheap? I mean the Mira was only like $500.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not counting
What's
guitars that were given.
Well, I want to know, like, for Zach guitars, not like you're buying them to mod or for Mythos purposes.
Uh-huh.
What's the cheapest guitar that you bought for, like? I mean, I know it's all a mix.
It's not a company purchase.
Yeah, like I know it's all a mix, but like, you still own one. Great, Scott.
The Kirk Hammett's probably the cheapest.
KH2 or KH.
No. I have an Epiphone Flying V at home.
Right.
The
the Army green one.
The green one.
Yeah.
That was like $550.
There you go.
And it's awesome.
There you go.
So yeah, that's the cheapest one. Thank you, Norman. Look at that.
Somebody asked
Pow.
earlier what Strat to get. Get the Silver Sky SE. Just get that.
Yeah,
You'll be happy.
it's really great.
It's great.
It's
You'll
great.
be happy. Silver Sky SE.
All right, so should we move on to
Brent Grow. Poop. Very good.
nice? Let's see.
Rhett. Zach said I need the 2-Rock Burnside. Do you like that amp? Has he played one? We had one. And we still have one. I'm sure they still do over at Novo. Eli sent us one once.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had that over at the shop for forever. And it's great. Yeah.
So next, how do you say this word, Matthew?
Lexterst.
Lurkst.
I pronounce everything wrong all the time. How dare
okay.
they name something that I have no idea what's happening. Lurksters. Lurkst? That's horrible. I'm sorry.
He's Canadian.
It's horrible. You can't
So-
even read it.
So this is the
Did you
newest
see how I wrote it out on
Yeah,
the thing?
show him.
Like, you can hold it up. I don't know where the camera is. Yeah, let's see. The Lurkst. Hide your face. There it is. That was off my memory. I did not look it up.
You did pretty good.
Thank you.
So this is the new collaboration between Alex Lifeson and Mojo Tone.
Yeah,
Alex Lifeson of Rush.
Oh, okay. In case anybody didn't know.
I don't know.
Come
Maybe.
on. Come on.
So let's pull this up. Drawing inspiration from his 50-year tone journey.
I love tone journeys, baby.
So to me, it looks like
More mail.
sorry. This to me looks like a a silver jubilee. Look at what we got.
Look at this. Oh my God. Am I on TV?
You are. Look at
Look at
this.
this. Look at what we got here.
Unboxing.
Oh my God. What is all this stuff?
Return Mouser parts.
You too, bud. Thank you.
Some
Thanks for taking
enclosures.
that.
But this looks like a silver jubilee modded. But yeah, so
Ooh, enclosures.
Mojo Tone has been making a Lurk style amplifier for some time, and they made a really cool website. This website's awesome. Look at this. Whoa! It's got the Rush guy down
The
here.
Rush guy.
Rush guy. What's
It's
up,
the
Rush guy?
Isn't he naked? The Rush guy?
I think so. His butt's out.
Yeah, dude.
I like how you elbowed me.
Hanging. He's hanging.
Jeez. Look at this.
What?
Start your tone journey. Man, this is like
I've been on my tone journey for 43 years, dog.
the only thing about this that I
What?
don't like
What?
is that Omega is an amp company that makes high gain amps. That's like the amp that Fred got.
Oh.
I don't know. What do you think about this? Are you disinterested? Because I'm not all that interested.
I'm not interested in that style of amp personally.
You,
They're cool, but you know,
I
I've
wanna
never
see
been
the knobs.
that's not really my thing. So I hope it does well. Who's the market for this though? How many like Marshall like style amps do there need to be?
It's funny that his website's so good and this website
so many.
sucks.
So many. I mean, there should be a limited number of everything if you can make a good version of it, right? But
Okay,
what does this
there's,
offer?
There's a master. Okay.
What does this offer that the other versions do not?
Well, I mean, Mojo Tone makes really high quality stuff.
Cool. Okay. Great.
So it's going to
Hey,
be.
there's this. That's right there. That's why I was asking.
Yeah.
I was coming from a place of ignorance. I want to know. Tell me why this is cool.
So, yeah, and this is not Mojotone's first signature. I mean, they've done this. They actually made this amp previously, but now they're doing it as a full line. But yeah, I mean, just high quality stuff. Honestly, more attention to detail than what Marshall's doing.
Cool.
But yeah, it looks to me just like a Silver Jubilee, which is cool.
And you get a naked guy on your amp.
And it lights up.
Light up naked guy.
I mean,
cool. Sign me up.
Yeah, Matthew's sold.
Let's go.
But I guess there's not much else to say about this. The only thing that is concerning.
Who's getting one?
That is concerning to me
Rush
is his Omega Ampworks.
Is the thing?
Yeah. Remember this thing?
Who's this?
The Granophere?
Absolutely remember this thing.
Granophere?
Oh, gross. Jeez.
Granophere. Because, okay, Fred got this.
Well, Fred had one of these?
Fred got one of these.
This is heavy, bro.
And the cabinet was insane, and the amp was heavy too. But he brought it, and we put it on top of the PRS cab.
Yep.
And oh my God, did it sound good? And it was heavy, but it wasn't just distorted. It was just powerful, and it was so good. So I don't know. I think that's a little odd to miss that.
Yeah.
That's a big omission to not say. Okay.
Okay.
There's an amp company artist called Omega.
Cool. Well, color me. Still not interested.
No.
But I think it's cool.
Either.
A cool thing. It's funny is I've just never really gone the Marshall road personally.
Yeah. I mean.
Never.
I guess.
Obviously, I've liked it because there's a million Marshall amps from records that I love. It's just for me, it's just never really hit with me exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the PRS amp is the first Marshall amp I've ever owned. Marshall style amp. I might have had. No, I had a Marshall MG.
Oh, cool.
One of the solid state ones. I had a 100 watt, and I ran it through. Oh man, it sounded not great. Anyway.
There you go.
The price is fair. The prices are fair. Yeah, they're like $2,500 or something.
There's something on the chat here that I want to talk about here. So scroll up a little bit. Give me a little scroll.
Matthew asked about shipping shirts to the UK.
I would love to. We did to our Canadian dealer. Ordered some shirts. One of them, GB Music and Sound.
Yeah,
for Canada. So I think the UK would be good too.
Yeah, if they want them, would pay our modest fee.
Yeah, we would love.
What are you looking for here? This?
Yes. Absolutely that. Did you see that post?
I did. Let me see if I can find it while you talk.
Oh, PRS posted their top sellers this year on Instagram.
Why are you reading it like that?
What do you mean? I've been doing a newscaster guy. PRS.
Newscaster.
Yeah.
Okay, try it again.
PRS posted their top sellers this year on Instagram, and the new Telestock guitars were 1 and 2. All right, I saw this and I wanted to talk to you about this, but you were probably working, and so we never really got a chance.
What the hell were you doing?
Watching The Golden Bachelor, dog.
Oh, of course.
So pull that up. I think that I believe 100% that the NF53 could be number one. It's new. It's exciting.
Uh-huh.
But also, like, is this shipped guitars or is this sold guitars? Or is it, because PRS sold them, they shipped them out to dealers. Right?
Yeah.
But are they tracking which one's actually sold, right?
I don't know.
Because I'd be shocked that the Miles Kennedy was that high.
I agree.
Then at 53, I believe it because I think it was hot. I saw a lot of cool players playing them. I thought it sounded good.
Yeah,
they had good momentum. I think, even if I know a lot of people
still
don't
really
like it.
I really want to play one.
I think it's great. I think it looks great. But Miles Kennedy, I did not see really anywhere.
No,
so I missed that. I'm surprised.
Well,
do you think this is bullshit? Yes.
Well,
or no?
Okay.
Yes. Or
here's why
is this
I think
a marketing thing or is this real?
My biggest problem with it is look at the top selling models.
Okay.
On the left.
Yes.
Now look at the top selling colors.
Mock Sand is the Silver Sky.
Yeah, so the NF53 nor the Miles Kennedy has
black dog hair is the NF53.
Right.
Faded Whale Blue would be the Custom 24 or the Modern Eagle 5.
Yeah. Yellow Tiger. I mean, like, I feel like there would be more, like, just McCarty.
No,
first or something.
I think that's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The Miles Pup sound incredible. I'm sure it sounds great. We played one at Carter. I just didn't vibe with it. Just the feel of it.
The Miles Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get returned Mouser parts. I got a return.
Yeah, we got new Mouser parts.
Mouser parts.
Yeah, there's a return.
Give me that Mouser parts box.
Give me that Mouser box. Oh, give me that box. Go. I saw when I saw Metallica a couple weeks ago, They had Mammoth, Wolfgang's band, and the other guitar player was playing a Miles Kennedy. I thought, that's cool. It was out there in the world. That's neat. Oh, that's going to sound good. What did you get? Oh, my gosh. Unboxing on the air. Oh, God damn it. Don't be shaking it in my face.
Save that for when the camera's off. Ooh,
Uh-huh.
a lot of air came out of this bag and went right into my mouth.
Yeah.
So these are LED lenses.
Those are the red Frenzels?
Fresnel, yes.
What did I say?
Frenzel. And then we got some
Yeah.
greenies just for testing, and some yellows for testing, and some more greenies for testing, and some more yellows for testing, and some more greenies for testing, and some amber for testing, and some more amber for testing.
Is riveting content here, bud.
Green for testing.
What else is there?
And
You got anything that's just
yellow
not for testing?
And some, these are amber for testing, and then
Gosh.
some white for testing.
He's lost it.
Ooh, these are
folks.
cool.
What is it?
They're LED lens caps. Look at this.
Oh, that's cool.
That's rad.
Yeah.
See? I won him over in the end.
Bow, 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 bow. Let's see. Ooh, I picked up a Mythos Herculean this past week. My third Mythos pedal. It's glorious, as are the other two. Herculean coming back, baby. What? Didn't say that. I meant like it's coming back, like people are getting into it again. I've been playing mine a lot. That's what I said. That's what I said. I didn't. Don't infer anything from that. That's weird. Don't be weird. Don't be weird.
You don't be weird.
Yeah.
Okay. What if I just dressed like this?
What, like Mushmouth? That's how old I am.
Yeah.
Who gets that reference?
I understand.
I
If
understood
the
that
one
reference.
collar popped.
Ooh, who won the Joey Landreth pedal? Did you
I
announce the
emailed
winner? We
I
emailed
didn't
the
announce
person.
it.
Yeah.
I will announce it.
You
but
got to announce it. Yeah.
His name was, I think it was Chris. His name was Chris, because I have to ship it.
The tone is in the LEDs, don't you know? Absolutely. I've been saying that for years. I've been saying that for years.
LEDs are a part of why pedals pop. I just got a message from Dan Steinhardt.
Oh, yeah. When are you talking to him?
He said now, if now's good.
Okay. Well, we better get off here. Well, we're
Let me
you're going to
share
talk
the
to
winner.
Dan. You've been talking about this. I thought this would be a
Chris B.
fun. Chris B.
Yeah.
Are you Chris B? Is that who asked about this?
Well, he would know because he's. I've emailed him.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's Fat Albert. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, so I'm building a pedal board, a proper pedal board.
I am building a proper pedal
That's what he's
board
gonna do
as
too.
well. And we're going to go on that journey together with Dan's help.
That's right. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys for hanging. We're going to try to do this every week. Pedal Pushers episode will come up probably
Later on today.
around lunch or so. It'll be all live and ready to go. But yeah, thanks everybody.
Wait, one more.
Okay.
One more. I currently have all the Mythos on the board. Golden Fleece, Herc V2, Mjolnir, Luxury Drive, Oracle. You are awesome. I would love to add a compressor or reverb to the mix. Any plans for either? Thank you.
I don't have any plans currently for a compressor. I would like to do a reverb.
Yes.
But just don't know exactly how to go about it. Because I don't want to do just your standard belt and brick reverb. I want to do something that I'd love to do a plate reverb. That's like really simple.
Yeah.
Why do you think they call it LED Zeppelin? They call it Led Zeppelin because Keith Moon said they'd go over like a lead balloon.
And he was wrong. There you go. You guys know Novo. Any chance
Who?
they'll ever get distributor in Europe? I really want one. I can't justify paying $5,000 for a used one. They have 2 dealers.
Well, that's not Europe.
No, they have Fellowship of Acoustic.
Oh.
Is Netherlands.
There you go.
Fellowship of Acoustic.
Hit him up.
Hit up Cohen. He'll hook you up.
Okay. Now we got to go. I got to talk to Dan. Bye, everybody.